He told me to cancel my surgery over coffee. No hesitation, no concern, just that tone he used when he wanted control disguised as logic. "It's just a gallbladder, Lena," he said, smiling at his phone. "You'll survive another week. The client meeting is Monday. You're my good luck charm." My fingers trembled around the mug. Not from fear, from restraint. I'd been doubled over with pain for 3 days. The doctor said it was urgent, sooner rather than later. But Daniel didn't like that word, urgent. It didn't fit into his calendar. He laughed when I told him I couldn't postpone again. "God, you're so dramatic, always making everything life or death." I smiled, a quiet, practiced curve of the mouth that never reached my eyes. He left for work, humming, whistling, already rehearsing his pitch. I watched his car roll out of the driveway and dialed my doctor back. "Cancel it," I said. My voice was steady. "Something's come up." Then I made another call. Not to the hospital, to her. The assistant he hired 6 months ago, the one who called him sir too easily. She didn't answer, but her voicemail did. By the time I hung up, the pain in my side had quieted. Different kind of pain now. Deeper, cleaner. And I already knew what I was going to do. I found her earring first. A small silver hoop, hidden beneath the couch cushion like a secret that couldn't stay buried. Daniel didn't notice me pocket it. He never noticed much unless it reflected him. That night, he rehearsed his pitch at the dining table, pacing between the wine glasses like a conductor. I watched him, every word sharpened, every gesture calculated. He loved the sound of his own brilliance. When he paused for my approval, I said, "It's good." He smiled, satisfied, as if I were a mirror he'd polished to perfection. He didn't see the tremor under my stillness, the way my thumb pressed the edge of the earring until my skin broke. At midnight, while he slept beside me, I scrolled through his messages. There they were, texts at 2 a.m., heart emojis, phrases like, "I miss your scent," and "She suspects nothing." He'd named her Client Services in his phone. Clever, if not for the selfies buried in the thread. Hotel mirrors, champagne glasses, his tie on her floor. The word surgery blinked in my mind like a dying bulb. He wanted me to cancel it so he could impress her, not the client, her. I closed the messages, lay beside him, counted each of his shallow breaths until dawn. By morning, I wasn't angry, not yet. I was awake. I spent 3 days watching him. How he adjusted his cufflinks before calls, how he switched from affectionate to irritated when I asked simple questions, how he avoided eye contact just a little too carefully. He'd already replaced love with performance. I just hadn't noticed the audience before. I ordered copies of his company call logs. They came faster than I expected. 18 late-night calls to her number, 6 hotel stays billed as business. 1 charge to a jewelry store the week before our anniversary, an item I never received. I didn't rage, I documented, printed everything, sorted it into a folder labeled Pitch Deck Final. It sat on my desk all weekend, waiting. On Sunday, I went to the doctor alone, scheduled the surgery. Monday morning. He'd never checked. He assumed I'd obeyed. That night, he told me he couldn't stay, had to prepare at the office with his team. I nodded, kissed his cheek. He smiled, relieved. At 11:46 p.m., I sent him a message. "You were right. I canceled the surgery. Wouldn't want to be too dramatic." He replied with a heart. Then, nothing. I turned off my phone, slept like a ghost. The truth landed at 7:42 a.m. A private number, a woman's voice. "She just called 911, she said, breathless. He's not breathing." I drove to the hotel in silence, the same one from the selfies. The police cars were already there. Daniel sat on the curb, pale, shaking. Paramedics wheeled the girl, his assistant, into the ambulance. "Drug reaction," they said. Overdose, accidental. But the champagne glasses on the nightstand told another story. He saw me before I spoke. His face cracked open, raw panic spilling through. "Lena, wait, I didn't—" I handed him the folder. "Your pitch deck," I said. He opened it, expecting diagrams, numbers. Instead, photos, messages, receipts. Every piece of his double life arranged with surgical precision. His mouth moved, but no sound came out. I looked at him the way a surgeon studies a wound before closing it for good. The meeting was at 9. He still went. He had to. Investors flying in, cameras, lights. But his hands shook as he tried to speak. I watched from the back row, expressionless, while the words died in his throat. His assistant's overdose was already in the news. The whispers spread like smoke. He froze, eyes darting toward me. I didn't move. The investors rose one by one, murmuring excuses. The pitch was over before it began.